Hello everybody and welcome to Sue's Steiff viewing room. As we go into the room you can see my new teddy bear mat that I recently bought off of eBay. Walking into the room we come first of all turning to the left to my large display of my vintage Steiff. Going down to the bottom cubby hole, this is where we find some of the figures that I used for my Easter display. We have the bunnies and the chick, some of them still wearing their Easter hats, and even the bluebell woods, which I've kept as it makes a nice little background. Going on up, we've got a couple of the jester figures. The boy in the middle is actually a hand puppet that I stuffed so it looks like he's actually standing up. Going up to the top, we've got the Beverly Hills Hotel teddy bear. And then we've got Waldy or Waldilly. Moving along, and here we have the Queen teddy bear for her 90th Jubilee year. And she's carefully being protected by a policeman behind her. Going into this one here, a couple more of the rabbits still wearing their Easter hats, and behind them is a shepherd. And here we have down here, you might recognise these, a couple of the figures that I won off of Jane. The Jane Hissey old bear figures, along with the jigsaw that I won off of Jane, that I glued together to use as a backdrop, along with the Steiff Father Christmases, and a couple of the lovely Bet Hurtfuls, the tradition in Germany where you put a sweet underneath their clothing that are like tents, and you put them on the pillows for the children to give them a little sweet when they go to bed. Moving on up here, a couple more of the rabbits. Going underneath the feet of the figure above. Hello. And if we poke under here, in the background, playing his accordion, that is a very old Steiff. He's called Sailor Matt. In this one here, I love this one. This one's called Sandy, the Sandman. With Pip the mouse and Coakley the little monkey. Down in this one here, this is all the clowns. I hope no one's afraid of clowns. You can't really be afraid of these clowns, surely. And there's an imposter amongst them, but I thought he belonged with the circus. He's called Neander, the Neanderthal. Still with a bit of the Easter display amongst them, with the Easter postcard. Moving along up here. And what have we got here? Uncle Sam. And this one, she's got a strange name. She's known as the Tennis Lady. But I thought she goes quite well with Uncle Sam. They make quite a very imposing American figures. Husband and wife they look, don't they? First Lady and the President. This was a very nice surprise from my husband for a joint birthday and anniversary present. The UK Baby Bear set, 1999 to 2003. That was a very nice surprise from my husband. Thank you, Rick. Moving down here, if you can see, because the light's not so great because of the window, but these are my clowns. And they're displayed on a lovely display that I got, which says A Century of Steiff. Sorry, but you can't see them very well, but these are all my clowns and my little ones. And that one there, that's a little bear inside a little Christmas tree. And this has just been put into my room just yesterday. This is my display cabinet. See if I can get the full view in. So moving on up to the top, we've got my two 50cm Meckies, my two growler blonde Steiff bears, Chimney Sweep and Huntsman, Goldie the hamster. Then we've got all my various Meckies, they're all Steiffs. All my various gnomes, or dwarfs as they're called. Try and bend down here. These are all my East German hedgehogs. Bending down a little bit further. These are all my Phipps. They are all mechanical or clockwork hedgehogs, usually with keys in the back, so you can wind them up and they move in a circular motion round and round. They were sort of a cheaper version of the hedgehogs, not made by Steiff, but often when people sell them on eBay, people think they're Steiffs, but they're not actually Steiffs. Now, these are all they're all Eastern European German hedgehogs, but they're not actually Steiffs, but they're all delicious. Some of the little ones are actually made by Steiff, but it's hard to actually tell which are actually Steiff and which are not. They're known as Peter Meckies, actually. Some of them are mechanical. If I just zoom in here on these ones, there's a little man that winds up his little organ. And the man at the background in his little house, he's actually a little bit rude. You can actually fill him up with water, and when you open the door, it looks as though he's taking a little wee, and he actually wheezes at you. A little bit rude. But these are all quite amazing. When you see them all en masse, it's really quite hard to take them all in. And the final little area we have here, the 3 teddy bears at the top are my 3 oldest teddy bears. The one on the left is my mum's original Dean's teddy bear. And then he's known as Fred Bear. And then his companion is called Teddy. And then the teddy I won off of Jane in a competition. And then going down, my 3 days of the week teddy bears, they're all Steiffs. And then the next 2 down here are 2 teddies I won through the group. And there's that little rabbit that I put up as a prize in a competition, and I couldn't bring myself to get rid of, so the little panda's having him as a little toy. Those 2 little monkeys I made for my mum and dad. Little sock monkeys, I couldn't get rid of those. That little dish I recently won, or bought as a buy it now, from Shelley, as I love everything to do with Norway and the trolls. Last but not least is this collection of tiny little bears that my husband bought me recently for Christmas as a surprise. Aren't they just so cute? And then here we go, the last 2 things. We've got this little chimp here. He's quite a new piece of Steiff, but he's got his dungarees which say Steiff on them. And then the little imposter, but she's just so sweet, Jemima, my childhood rag doll, brought back to her glory with a full head of hair and nice new clothes. Just quite right that she finishes this little video. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed looking at my collection. Lovely to be able to share it with you. Bye bye.